Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I'm Kristen, and as always, joined by Nick Slade, right over there,
Right over
and
here.
Mo Brothers.
Hello.
So this is not we are because of like how quick we have to set up for our usual WWE pay-per-views because they like starting at 7:30, at 8 o'clock, and some of us get home at literally like half hour prior. We decided I feel like it's about time a lot of other wrestling sites do this. We're just gonna make our predictions videos separate. So all you're gonna get for regular reactions is us saying hi and enjoy our reactions. That's all you're gonna get for that from now on, from here on in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're here to talk about, well, I wouldn't say it hasn't been uneventful last couple weeks or 2 months, depending on how you look at it. So for those living under rock-shaped rocks,
or living under the rock,
or living under Dwayne the Rock Johnson's rocks, however you want to put that.
His balls?
So
the Rock's balls?
Yes, the Rock's balls. So let's see where we should start. Kind of like I was thinking about this, kind of like how they took down Nixon. It took 2 journalists to take down Vince McMahon.
I don't think the journalists took him down. I think it was the board of directors more did it.
But let's be honest, it started somewhere. But basically, yeah, Vince has officially retired, full on retired. John Laurinaitis has gone to
people power.
Fuck people power, especially when you're handing around secretaries like they're freaking packs of gum. Sorry, you got me off track.
Packs of gum.
Stephanie McMahon and Nick, not that related to AEW guy Khan, are co-CEOs. And the biggest news, of course, we got a couple of days before we recorded this is that Triple H is not only now the head of talent relations, but now the head of creative. Like, flat out, the official statement, everything. His first official night was technically Raw, though the biggest thing he brought to Raw was more wrestling, which, I mean, okay, cool. But yeah, we're here to talk about SummerSlam. All that shit happening, and we're still here to talk about what they call the biggest party of the summer, which, honestly, before, I would have been like the same mood of all the pay-per-views you're watching. Like, okay, I mean, not expecting much. I'm going into this hoping for good things. They usually do that. Now I'm like, I want to know what the fuck's going to happen. Because there's a rumor going around that Triple H wants to make one big splash of a change for SummerSlam. Just one. Like, not everything. Just one big splash, apparently. Don't know what that is. I have a strong feeling about what that is. We're going to have to wait and see on that. But we're going to get started with this match card. But before I get started, like, what are you guys' thoughts about all of this? I mean, quick thoughts, because I know we can go like for a half hour to an hour on this, but just quick thoughts, you guys. What do you guys think about like to this? Vince retiring, us living long enough to see Vince McMahon go, I'm out.
I mean, I knew I would live to see the day because Vince is old, and so. But it is weird to live now to see a post Vince McMahon WWE, because our entire lives it's Vince McMahon. He is WWE.
No.
Depending on when you started, from the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or even like 5 years ago, Vince has always been the cornerstone of the company.
Yeah, I get you, Mo. It's like the equivalent of Guy Pearce Iron Man 3 saying I'm the Mandarin. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, no.
No. Vince McMahon, there would not, as sleazy as some of the stuff that Vince is under investigation for, there would not be professional wrestling as is today without Vince McMahon.
No, I'm not cracking on that. No, I'm not. I'm just making a joke when you just said he is WWE. I'm like, hey, Moses
there will not be a WWE without Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but I get what Mo was joking about. It's like Vince was the reason for all of it, but like it definitely branched off from there and became more of a family entertainment thing. But whatever.
But
Go on.
yes, as I was saying, now that Vince is gone, we have Stephanie in charge of the company stuff, Triple H in charge of the creative stuff, which is how I prefer it, because Stephanie has a history of not being great with creative. It's the first time in a while I'm genuinely interested in what's going on in WWE as a whole. Because if Triple H runs creative for the whole company like he ran NXT, WWE, we could be looking at a new high
Era.
period, a new high. I don't want to say golden age because we don't know, but a new high period of WWE.
No, you're right. You're definitely right about that. Mo, do you have any thoughts?
I am of the mentality of this has all just happened. I feel like it's gonna take some time to see lasting impact, or if, like, for all we know, there could be some bullshit that happens, and then like Vince comes back, unretires, just like so many of the Hall of Famers that
pulls a
have
Brett
been put in
Favre,
there. And he's just like, I'm back, and then he cuts a promo on Raw about how all you stupid marks were against me, and now I'm back and I'm bigger and better than ever, and stuff like that. So
he's not Eric Bischoff.
Now Vince is technically still part of the company. I believe he's still he's still the majority. He's still the majority shareholder. He still owns the majority of the stock for WWE.
Though he's still the owner of the company.
Speaking of that, apparently after Vince announced his retirement, Triple H got announced for creative. Apparently, the stock for WWE went up like 9.5%, 9.4%, 9.5%.
Oh yeah, because that's going to happen because you just had WWE get a publicity hit, and so some sort of good news for the company is going to cause the stocks to rise.
I have a really good joke,
surprising.
I have a really good joke, but neither of you have seen one of my favorite British comedies, so we go over your heads. Okay, so let's get into predictions because, I mean, regardless of Vince being out the door, this is still, like I said, this is technically the last pay-per-view of his fingerprints all over it. Like, still technically. Like,
some of his fingerprints. I feel like there's been some changes, but we'll talk about that as we go along.
Yeah. So first up, we got Logan Paul versus The Miz.
Yeah.
I honestly thought this was going to be a tag team match or some shit, but no, it's a one-on-one match. Okay. So basically, yeah, it starts all the way back during WrestleMania after Paul and Miz won at WrestleMania. Miz turned his back on Paul. That was it. Crowd cheer because nobody likes Logan Paul. Then months come by and like, what was it? Like 3 weeks ago, they announced that Logan Paul signed with WWE. To what extent? I believe it's like major pay-per-views in general mainly, but I don't think there's concrete like evidence on what he signed for exactly, but he signed WWE and this rivalry has begun. So here we are. It's funny because Logan Paul so heavily wants to be a face, though. Like,
I have heard something regarding that. That Logan Paul is telling production to let the fans boo him.
Okay, that's fine. If he understands the situation, just roll with it. No, okay, fine. I'll give Logan Paul that. He knows the situation. But speaking of Logan Paul, I think he's winning this one. I feel like there's gonna be some Ciampa interference, but like I said, things have changed since Triple H took over, so something may happen there. But I think Logan Paul is gonna win this one.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna debut him, you're going to want to have a big impact with him. And, you could probably have him try to out-heel the heel. And I think Miz is in a position his career won't hurt him. Especially if you're going to actually treat Paul as a serious competitor, not just some celebrity appearance.
Yeah.
Well, he's, at this point, would be considered a celebrity appearance because for most of these celebrities that get involved, it's like either The Miz or Sami Zayn are who they face off against. So I would still consider Logan Paul like in that celebrity kind of status until he face off against someone
Other
someone
than
else.
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
we're
it's
gonna
like the same how we originally felt about Pat McAfee until now he's done enough to where
Well,
he's
Pat
a WWE
McAfee
competitor.
was in a War Games.
You mean
forgot
War
about that.
Games?
I forgot about that. But what do you
That
think,
was a-
Mo?
That was a great
Oh,
match.
Was
I mean, yeah, I guess I'd go with Logan.
Yeah,
So-
and I know a lot of people. To be fair, I think the reason why I'm kind of so neutral on Logan Paul is I don't follow him on YouTube. I know of some things like the infamous thing that happened in the
Forest?
in the
in the
forest.
Suicide
Yeah,
Forest, yeah.
I did hear about that. But yeah, from what I've seen of him, he has been pretty athletic in his boxing appearances. He did impress me as an athlete at WrestleMania, and if he wants to take it seriously, I'll give him a chance to prove himself because I don't really have feelings one way or other about the Pauls, but though it seems like it's his brother who most people hate more, but
It kind of goes back and forth.
yeah,
They
but
both
I'll
have their own
give
share
Logan
of
Paul a
stuff.
chance because I feel like I don't know if he wants to be a face or a heel, what his personal feelings are, but I feel like he's got that natural.
He's
heel
going to be a
ability.
heel.
The fans will
There's-
make him a heel.
There's
But yeah,
no way people are gonna accept him as a face unless they're his child audience.
Okay, so
So
next
yeah,
up,
we'll see what happens.
so next up we have Seth Rollins versus Riddle.
No,
Basically
that has been canceled.
has
Yes,
okay, never mind.
that's a recent thing. That match has been pulled for reasons unknown, and from what I'm hearing, it's going to be Seth Rollins versus a mystery opponent.
Great, Cody Rhodes
That
coming back.
has not been confirmed.
We'll see if it's true and they're pulling the mystery opponent again. Did you want to wait? We can make that a little timestamp here. Seth Rollins versus quote unquote mystery opponent. I mean, if he is taking on a mystery opponent, bets on who he's taking on.
I've
It's
heard
true.
two things. But I know Mo doesn't like speculation.
I mean, you guys can go ahead and say whatever you want, but don't expect me to try and
That's
take
fair.
guess.
So
That's fair.
so
Okay.
Nick, speculate away. Remember what I said about Triple H when you make a big splash?
Yeah, that's probably my where it be. So I've heard two things. I'm trying to remember the other one.
Okay.
The first one I heard is The Fiend,
Okay.
and the second one I heard is Johnny Gargano.
So yes, that's one thing we didn't get into is that people have, I guess they haven't revealed their identities, but people have gone to Fightful and Sean Ross Sapp to talk about like now that some are saying if he was back sooner, I would have stayed. If he would have taken over sooner, I would have stayed, or too little,
But
too
you got,
late.
yeah,
or
you got
I'm
guys like
feeling better.
Gargano who haven't signed with anybody who could come back.
Yeah, and it's like too little, too late. Others are like, well,
in
like
AEW.
maybe, or like I'm just good at AEW, basically, or I'm good wherever I'm at right now. Like, so that being said,
Yeah, so and also say the Fiend is in a similar position where he didn't like McMahon, but he might come back if Triple H is in charge.
I'm gonna say Edge. Apparently they scrapped his Raw appearance.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make any sense because he's feuding with Judgment Day. If anything, he might interfere in their match, which we can talk about when that match comes up.
I mean, like I said, they scrapped it. Like I said, they recently announced. I mean, the report said they scrapped his Raw return because I think the plan was he was going to come back and probably team up with the Mysterios to take on like Ray to take on the Judgment Day and stuff like that at SummerSlam. But I think something changed.
That actually would have made a lot of sense considering Edge and Mysterio former tag partners, former tag team champions.
I think maybe to get a good pop, they have Edge return at SummerSlam instead to fight Rollins. But
I just came up with another idea, but we'll talk about that when we get to the Mysterio Judgment.
But right now, I'm gonna say Edge. Like big surprise, Gargano. I'm gonna leave out Edge. Wyatt, we'll see. I'm gonna wait and see on that. I don't feel like I don't want to jinx that because like with Triple H in charge and knowing full well what Wyatt's capable of, that could be like gold, but like I don't want to try to even speculate on that. But I'm gonna say Edge. I'm gonna concrete say Edge.
Well, between the two, I think most likely is Johnny Gargano, but I'd be happy if the Fiend came back, especially under this new creative vision.
Okay, so I want to say. Okay, so next up, so we got Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Now
Yes.
now I'm you know what? I'm not entirely not against this. So like
I love Pat McAfee.
I like Pat McAfee, even though it's funny here, they the sign I'm using for the mask card calls Happy Corbin Happy Baron Corbin. That's funny. But apparently they were on the same they were on the Indianapolis Colts together.
Yeah, they have a history.
Same year. So like this goes that far back, which is ridiculous. But they don't even mention. From what I know, they haven't even mentioned that aspect.
I think they did a little bit.
It's just that like Pat McAfee's been talking shit Corbin. Corbin's not liked it, and that's how this feud started.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and The Rock got involved somehow because Pat McAfee wanted to use the millions, but he wanted to get The Rock's permission.
And millions.
But apparently The Rock's response to it was like,
was
just asking him what he was going to use it for and stuff like that to get a rough idea. But yeah, that's all this really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pat talked smack about Corbin, and that's how this feud started.
And that's all you need.
And that's all you need. I'm gonna say Pat. I feel like this is making up for a fact he lost to Vince McMahon.
He lost at WrestleMania,
and now is the last person to ever professionally wrestle Vince McMahon in WWE history. No, in pro wrestling history, the last person who ever technically wrestled Vince McMahon. Dude, what kind of accolade is that? Like, you wrestled at WrestleMania twice, and you had the final match for Pat McAfee.
For Vince McMahon.
For Vince McMahon.
You're really assuming that there's not going to be some strange thing that happens.
Mo, you hate us speculating about mystery opponents, and you're still speculating about Vince returning. You shut up. You shut up about that. You shut up about that.
Don't jinx us, Mo.
Don't jinx us, Mo. Swear to God, it's you that Ellsworth shit all over again.
I'm just saying that I understand the excitement, but you guys are getting excited. This is just a couple months. This could be, the steroid trial.
I swear to God, you're this close to being muted for the rest of this.
Comes back with a neck brace, and it's just like, I did it.
Okay, I'm gonna come off right here. Nick, who are you going for?
I actually forgot what match. Oh yeah, okay, Pat McAfee.
McAfee as well. Mo.
I am, of course, gonna go with Pat McAfee.
Okay, so next up we have the Mysterios versus the Judgment Day. Basically, this feud kind of got reunited after Money in the Bank, and like since then, back and forth stuff's been going on. Apparently, the funniest thing happened recently was on Monday's Raw because they're doing the Mysterio's anniversary celebration, and like they had. What was funny is that they had Rhea Ripley show up during the party backstage and run into Aaliyah, which is hilarious because like Rhea is like Buddy Matthews' real life girlfriend at the moment. So like,
and Aaliyah is his ex.
Yeah, right? On Twitter, Buddy Matthews is hilarious. Is like, yeah, let's do a ladder match. Gets custody of me. Let's have a ladder match. Aaliyah versus the ex is in a ladder match for custody of me. But no, that's pretty much it. And they've been trying to get Palpatine by trying to convince Dominic to join the dark side. And this meant, and this is a no DQ tag match. So shenanigans abound.
I have an idea about this match.
If it's Judgment Day wins, but because Dominic turns his back on his father, I'm with you on that.
That's a possibility. I have another possibility.
Okay, I'm going with Judgment Day, but go on.
Dominic Mysterio gets taken out before the match. Right? Judgment Day thinks Ray's by himself, but Ray's like, "Oh, I found an old friend backstage."
The ghost of Eddie Guerrero.
I see clearly.
I mean,
you know what?
Your idea makes more sense than them resurrecting Eddie Guerrero for another match at SummerSlam.
Okay. Okay, I like both our theories. I like your theory that option A is that they take out Dominic backstage and Edge shows up as a surprise partner for Ray. Then later you can like Dominic's not happy that he got wasn't part of the match, wasn't able to do, and then he joins the dark side.
Yeah.
And then like my idea too, where like it's a no DQ match, so like he could just literally walk away. Like walk away.
I mean, he could literally walk away in a regular match. It's just that he could hit his down with a chair or something.
Yeah. This time around, he's about to save his fire, but he put him through a table or something, and he just jumps off the apron and walks away.
So when are they gonna do Edge Balor? Oh no, Clash of the Castle. There we go.
There you go.
For that. I was like, why are they doing a SummerSlam? I was like, oh, they have a big show in the UK next month.
But like I said, I'm gonna go with Judgment Day just for a fact. I think this may be when Dominic turns on Ray. Finally turns on Ray.
Okay, if it's just the Mysterios, Judgment Day wins. If my theory happens, Edge joins the match, then Edge Mysterio win, pinning Priest.
Do you want to flip a coin on it, or you're good with Edge showing up as a surprise tag team partner?
I feel like that it'd be a waste for Edge not to show up at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna stick with my theory and see what happens.
Okay, Mo?
I think Judgment Day is going to win, but I could kind of go with your theory, Nick, except for the fact that it's not Edge that comes out, but Mysterio's daughter, who has been secretly training this whole time since she last left. And then she becomes the good Mysterio and has to fight.
And then she joins the ladder match for a 3-way for Buddy Matthews.
Cutsy of Buddy Matthews. Okay. Fine. So next up we got the Raw Women's Raw Women's title match is Becky Lynch takes on Bianca Belair for the title.
Rematch from last year.
There you go. That's it. That's the premise. Bye. It's like that's the premise. Like Becky Lynch won number one contender. Now we're reigniting this feud again because this was been the plan this entire time.
Because we have to do this match 1,000 times.
Well, this is technically the rubber match. So like, because Becky won their first one at last year's, Bianca won at Mania, and now we're this. So, yeah, I'm going with Bianca on this. Not much I'll say. Like, I feel like since it's the rubber match, I feel like Bianca is the one that needs to win. Because I feel like they're going to, because the other report is that Bayley's set to come back at SummerSlam. So I feel like they're gonna try to finally finish that feud from a year ago. Or reignite it, however you want to look at it.
If Bayley does come back, I think it'd be on SmackDown, not Raw. But remember, she's last draft, she was technically considered a free agent. Yeah, I know. But I'll tell you why I think that.
Okay.
So as much as I love Becky, I think Bianca's going to win because I think they're going to, since Rhea, I don't know if she's been cleared yet or not. They'll probably do that magic Clash at the Castle, and Rhea will win there. So okay. I think Bianca's going to retain.
I mean, the thing is, too, August is pretty. They have no pay-per-views running in August. Like Clash and even All Out is like first weekend in September. So like this.
So we get a break.
Yeah, 1 month. Well, to be fair, we'll discuss that off camera, but we still got to discuss how we're doing both Clash at the Castle and All Out same weekend. But anyways, you're going with Bianca?
Yes.
Mo?
I will also be going with Bianca because if she loses at SummerSlam
again you're gonna lose your shit.
So we're gonna lose Mo. Mo's been drafted to parts unknown. He took his ball and went home. No, he found the ball in his home and just went back to his room.
However you want to play it.
Okay. So next up we have for the SmackDown Women's title. Oh boy, this match has changed since Triple H took over, hasn't it? It's Liv Morgan defending against Ronda Rousey. Yeah,
What
I
was
mean,
it before?
I think money was on Ronda maybe getting it back, but with Triple H in charge, I mean, there's not
Well,
much to this. Like,
even before this, I had heard their plan was for Liv to have a long reign. So I don't know.
okay. So we'll have to see on this, but I'm going to piss a bet and say Liv. If Ronda wants to be done for a while until apparently for Becky at next year's WrestleMania, now's the time to jump ship. Let's give Liv a clean win and let's keep pulling forward on the Liv, going on the Liv train. Choo choo. Because like me and Nick already discussed during our last pay-per-view, our Money in the Bank, she needs to have a good run post cashing in. So I'm going to stick with Liv on this one.
I'm also going with Liv.
Okay, cool.
Mo,
That's cool, you guys. That's really cool.
You going for Ronda?
I'm happy for you guys. I
Good
really am.
you are being such a negative Nancy tonight.
What?
He's trolling. Jesus Christ, man.
What are
He's
you
trolling.
He thinks
so
Vince
hard.
McMahon's gonna come back. He thinks Liv's gonna get screwed.
Dude, it's the same man who like a year ago was so on board with Ellsworth showing up somewhere.
Yeah, and then after that didn't happen, I just gave up on my dreams, and now I'm just here to ruin all of
He
yours.
became such a cynic.
Just let it go. Nick, let it go over your head.
He lost
Mo?
his childhood dream.
Mo?
He needs to find his inner child.
I am, of course, going with Ronda. Liv got the win, got that Money in the Bank cash in. Nobody can take that away from her. But what can be taken away is the championship at SummerSlam.
See, okay, that part was funny.
So,
I like that.
Like I mentioned before, I think Bayley's going to come back on SmackDown and feud with Liv.
Okay.
She
We'll
can
see.
feud with Liv without the belt,
It would be, to be fair, it would be a nice change of pace, and B, it's Triple H we're talking about, and Bayley's one of his girls. So like, I can see that. I can see him really, as Vince will want to say, shake things up a bit. What he once said. Jesus Christ, he's not dead. He's just retired. Next up, that's why I hate when talking about somebody retiring. It sounds like they died. It's like they didn't die. They just decided, I'm going to relax and enjoy the rest of my life. Bye. Or in Vince's case, I'm going to try to defend myself against having slept with multiple women. Bye. Just whatever. Next, we have okay, this one's still bizarre to me. So for the UWIT tag,
What?
The UWIT, the Undisputed WWE Tag Team titles, the UWITs, we have the Usos defending against the Street Profits. And then, for some strange fucking reason, you have Hall of Famer and Special Vice President of Live Events, Jeff Jarrett, as guest referee.
They're in Nashville.
Now, no, that's not what I hate about this. I love the fact they got Jeff Jarrett involved. I've been for Jeff Jarrett should be with Elias against KO and Chad, but apparently they're done with the Ezekiel storyline. So where do we put Jeff Jarrett?
How'd that turn out?
Will we put Jeff Jarrett in a tag team match? Because he's definitely more known for his tag team stuff. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, this continued a feud for Money in the Bank, wherein of course Montez had his shoulder up, ref still counted to 3, so we're continuing this feud here with Jeff Jarrett as special guest ref, which means nothing as far as we know right now. Fuck. But the stats have everything changed. It's one of the things I thought we were gonna have issues with, and that's if this was still Vince ran, I would still see the Usos were gonna retain. But they have been hinting that backstage people want Montez Ford on a solo run. So oh boy. I feel like if you're gonna have the Bloodline lose overall, now it would be at one of the big 4. But I don't know where they're going with Roman, and we'll get more into that when we talk about the main event match. So for now, I'm going to go with Usos retain because I feel like they do want to push Montez as a single star. Any guys thoughts? Come on, predictions, thoughts.
Oh, this is kind of hard.
I know, right?
Because if they beat the Street Profits, who's left?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, they've beaten every other tag team there is.
You know who they haven't played up against in a while is some heavy machinery. You know, bring the boys back in a surprise appearance for SummerSlam.
I swear to God, Tucker.
That would be nice.
Tucker's
It'd
back.
be so weird to seeing Tucker back.
Tucker.
Oh my God.
And they don't
that could
acknowledge
be
the last second betrayal between the two before Tucker left.
No, you can go into that. Like, you can probably have him trying to get him away from Chad. He's like, "Why should I listen to you? You betrayed me." They're like, "Oh, I made a mistake," and then you get a whole storyline out of it.
But for this match, who you guys got?
Oh God! Honestly, I don't see Roman losing a title until Clash. We'll get to that. So, but I could see the Usos losing the belts before Roman, not necessarily on the same show. But they gotta separate tag belts eventually. They're gonna keep the brand extension.
Mm-hmm. Mo,
Usos.
Okay.
That was a pained response. I'm also going with the Usos. I don't expect the title change to happen on this match.
So,
oh my God!
So for the
That's one of the hardest things I've ever predicted in a while.
I know, because like you have to factor in, okay, who else is left? And like Triple H is in charge now. So what is he going to do with this whole
Like if
story?
Vince was still in charge, it'd be like Usos.
Yeah, not even just. Okay, so anyways, next up we have for the United States Championship as Lashley defends against Theory, Bobby Lashley against Theory. So yeah, this
Lashley.
Jesus Christ, man! Like 5 seconds in, not even 5 seconds in.
Complete.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's Mr. Money in the Bank. I just don't see Lashley giving it back that soon.
Yeah. I mean, Reigns had the best line from Raw. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah. Your daddy's not around anymore.
And then MSG crowd, mwah. Who's your daddy? Clap, 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 clap.
No, we all know whose real dad is.
Yes. Maybe his dad will come home soon. It took a while to get that pack of cigarettes. So yeah, Lashley. That's the thing about being a Money in the Bank briefcase holder. You can lose a bunch, but guess what? You still can get a guaranteed title.
That happens kind of a lot with Money in the Bank, whereas they lose a lot and then they cash in and win. I don't know what the point of that is. If it's to make you think, oh, they're not at that, they make it more unpredictable when they cash in, but I don't know.
Okay. So skip that. Oh, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I know Vince liked Theory, but it's possible Triple H also does. I mean, he was an NXT alumni, so I can still see Theory keeping his push. It's just, I don't know. Could Theory win a world title? Maybe. God's sake, Jinder Mahal won WWE title. At this point, anyone can win.
I feel like our biggest discussion is going to be the main event match, but continue.
Yeah, but I'm going Lashley because I don't see Theory getting the U.S. title back.
Okay. Mo?
I mean, I don't really see any point here where I could reasonably disagree with what has been said so far. So I think I'm also going with Lashley.
Right.
To hold on.
Apparently, Bobby Lashley on the books is considered a top face on Raw.
Isn't he like number 1 face or number 2 face? Because I think Drew's number 1 face on SmackDown.
Drew's on. Yeah, no, I meant no. Bobby Lashley's number 1 face on Raw.
Okay.
So, but that's also because right now with Roman holding both belts hostage, the U.S. title is by default the top title on Raw.
Right.
So that makes sense that he's the U.S. champion.
Okay. So now, Mo, you good? Okay. Did you want to finish what you were gonna say?
No, I thought I had finished my thought.
I
feel like Lashley's going to be
okay.
gonna win it for this.
Okay. So next up is our main event.
Of the evening.
Is time. Thank fucking God Brock came back, because I was not gonna love it if it was Goldberg. If I
you ever think you say the words, thank God Brock Lesnar came back.
No. I mean, guns ahead, I'll be like, Brock, obviously Brock. Of course, we have for the UWU Championship.
Ooh.
We have Roman Reigns defending against Belez. So
what is with you in these names?
Shut up. I am exhausted.
Hey,
Shut up.
You know his real name. It's Bork Laser.
Exactly, Bork Laser. So basically, yeah, so
I don't think there's much to say.
Things dramatically shifted because Cody got injured. And now Cody's future's uncertain now that Triple H is in charge, which I don't think so. I don't think so. People are speculating he's fucked. I'm like, no, he's not only the most over babyface you got, he had like easily one of the best Hell in a Cell matches in years. Like,
I mean, he got the first main roster. I know, me included, I don't care about Dave Meltzer, but still, the fact that even that grumpy old man gave that match a 5-star shows you how damn good it is.
I swear to fucking God, I hate his 4 3/4 stars.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Give it 4 stars, 5 stars.
Okay, we're getting off track. So basically, yeah. So they play the we're bringing Brock back in card, and here we are. So this is Broman 7.
Broman 7.
I didn't come up with that. I'm not going to take credit at all for that. The internet came up with that. This is Broman 7, and they're calling this.
They become a tag team. That's their nickname.
They're telling us as the match in the making, and like it's the 7th time they fought each other. They're calling us the final. And like, you know what? No, I'm just tired of the acronyms. You called that the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. It was basically a substandard B pay-per-view main event.
It was not their best match.
No, it wasn't. So it's a last man standing match, which means nothing. It means nothing.
What happened last time Roman defended title last man standing match? Oh, Paul Heyman.
Okay, that was a good match until a botch, to be honest. That was a good match till a botch. But anyways, we're here now. So we're going to have to talk about this because there's a couple of factors. I'm going to ask you like 3 main questions. Who's winning? Is Theory cashing in? And when is he cashing in, if he is?
Roman, no.
No, you just answered that. The third one is
Roman, no.
Roman, no. Roman, no.
When is he cashing in? Not at SummerSlam. I know that. Probably down the line with someone not named Roman as champion.
Kristen was assuming like if yes to cashing in.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen before the match, during the match, after the match?
Yeah, it's a better third question. Yeah, before,
so
during,
Roman,
after.
no.
Okay.
Roman, no.
See, before Triple H showed up, I would have been like, maybe overall, just maybe on a cash in. But now I'm thinking he's going to cash in. He's going to make it a triple threat last man standing match.
Jeez.
And he's going to cash. No, here's the thing. He's going to cash in just as like both men are like half, like the ref's halfway through the count. Like halfway through the count.
So it's like if they go get counted out, he wins.
He cashes in. He comes in and like cashes in, knowing full well they're probably not going to get up anytime soon, and he wins. He doesn't pin any of them. Oh, so
That would be funny, but stupid, but
that's,
also clever at the same time.
Now, see, that's Vince. You know Vince would do that. I remember 31. Like he had like was
that
it
was
Brock
that
had
was
Roman,
actually well done.
Brock had Roman dead to rights, or Roman had Brock dead to rights, and like fucking hell, what happened? Made a triple threat. Seth won. Seth won it.
That was good.
I mean, fuck, they could pull. I think that's what Vince was going to do. He was going to redo WrestleMania 31 again. Heist of the century.
It would have been a little different the way you portrayed it.
I mean, yeah, I think like he cashes in when they're guaranteed they're probably not going to get it for a while, and he gets it. He just barely gets it.
No, it'd be funny if he did that. They both get up, look at him, and destroy him.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say Roman, but I think Theory successfully cashes in. I think
so the reason I think
you want to make that, sorry, let me finish. I say if Triple H wants to make that big splash, I think it's Theory holding up both belts for a tiny bit. I think he should separate the belts. Like honestly, Triple H should be separating those title belts. You know, like you were talking about Usos separating the tag titles. I think this should be the point on where it's like, this is Triple H's era now. This is putting on a fresh young talent, separating the belts, so that way you can expand on creating more storylines, more matches, and stuff like that.
The reason I'm going to say no to that is because I want Drew to beat Roman for the Universal title. Okay. I'd say you separate the belts. You just have only one of the belts on the line. Roman say, hey, I think these are two belts. I ain't defending them both. You only get a shot.
No. Good idea. No, I just thought about that. What if they pull some weird, stupid shit where they're like, you can only get one of the belts? Some stupid stipulation. Add some additional
random
plot hole, like random plot holes, like random fucking plot hole thing they never brought before. It's like you only cash in on one of them. I don't know. It's stupid. That one's definitely a long shot compared to my previous one, but like that would be hilarious.
So and he chooses the WWE title,
and so he chooses the WWE Championship, and he gets it, and then you keep Roman as Universal until Clash, where Drew takes it off him. Because apparently Roman's not scheduled for Extreme Rules. As of right now, he is not scheduled to appear at Extreme Rules in September. Was it September? Yeah, September. What
I was thinking is that Roman holds the WWE title until Mania and faces Cody, but that's just me.
Yeah, trust me. That's why I want Seth to win so badly, because then you could have had Seth easily cash in on Roman, take one of the titles, and then hold it until Mania. Hell, maybe have Cody win next year's Rumble. You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so Roman. I say Roman cash in Theory. You say Roman no cash in. Mo?
I say that Roman is going to win. And yeah, I don't expect Theory to cash in, but if Theory were to cash in, he'd be unsuccessful because Rollins would come out of nowhere and muddy everything to replay 31, and he's like, don't try and do this, kid. And then somehow Rollins ends up in the title picture, and then it's a fatal 4-way.
You know what? My theory doesn't sound as out of left field as yours do. So look, I have mine where it's like he has to choose which title he's going for, which they've already talked about him holding both belts. So like a lot. They've talked about him catching and getting both belts. So but that's gonna do it for our predictions. Our first technically episode 1. Episode 0 was our Double or Nothing pre-show, technically, because my bird couldn't get it all rendered together. But technically that was episode 0. This is episode 1. I was pilot. This is episode 1 of our predictions. Our new predictions series we're going to be doing for pay-per-views this point forward. And
because then we're not making predictions for a show that's already aired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you guys weren't aware, this was Nick's idea. To be fair, like I think I was like, yeah, this is kind of stupid as well. But other than that, folks, you know what? Screw it. One more thing I'm going to add to our prediction stuff from now on. What match do you think is going to be the best match of the night? What do you think is going to be the best match of the night?
Uso Street Profits.
Mo?
I'd probably just say the main event.
Fuck, you know what? I'm with Mo, honestly. Like, the thing is, Street Profits, Usos are obviously going to be good. But you have a no disqualification match between two people we really don't give a fuck about. And it's the last man standing, so you know it's going to go past at least 10 minutes. It's going to be something, at least some substance. And, you know, there is the possibility to cash in, so it even makes it more exciting. So I'm going to say, as much as I would love to say the tag title match, I'm going to say the UU championship match.
Oh,
the UU championship.
Okay. So other than that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else, when it comes to talking about some wrestling predictions, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you think, what your predictions are for SummerSlam 2022. What do you think is going to be your favorite match of the night? Do you think Theory's going to cash in? Do you think the Triple H era is going to really begin at SummerSlam? Is there going to be some big shift, a dynamic somewhere in one of these matches? There's going to be heel turns, face turns, all that shit. Yeah. So let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our predictions, as well as what you think is your favorite match at night. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. So, guys, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
Yes, Mo. Where can they find you in this World Wide Web?
Right behind. I'm behind you always. I've got your back, so I'm always behind you. I know what you're looking at.
That started out so creepy, and it immediately became encouraging.
I support you in your weird choices and fetishes, but you know, it's cool.
Okay, now it became weird.
Okay, now that we've gone through all of that, you can find me on the internet as AfroMoBro on Instagram, as well as on music streaming services. I'm probably not going to be right behind you, so don't take that seriously. I'm not in your house right now, okay? So
we need to make a wallpaper, just him over one of our shoulders, just this Mo popping his head over.
But yeah, Nick, what about you?
Old me? Little old me? Yes, you can find all of my work on my official website, nicholaslade.com. Also, be sure to check out my articles and reviews on FloridaGeekscene.com. Also, be sure to check out FloridaGeekscene.com's YouTube channel to check out my 2 interviews with the legendary wrestling jobber Randy Hogan and Alex Chamberlain.
Yes. And of course, guys, when we get the reactions up, you're going to see them. That's another great thing about doing predictions now. We don't have to record this and it being awkward if we get this up like a week and a half later. So I hope whenever our reactions come out, I hope you guys enjoy our reactions to WWE SummerSlam 2022. But as always, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
I'm behind you.
And this has been a very filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. See you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
as well as one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter and Stardust
at Super React Bros,
as well as on Facebook
at Super Reaction Bros.